Ja Morant just screwed himself over again. This guy keeps on self-incriminating himself. I've never seen a player that is as dumb as Ja when it comes to these things, that they actually give you the evidence to the crime they're committing. Not say he committed a crime in this situation, but they give you evidence that works against them. Just like this guy seems to me like he's either really stupid, which is a strong possibility, or he just wants to get in trouble so badly. He's like telling them like, "Hey, just please get me in trouble. I want to be in trouble. I want to be suspended." Just this guy is really idiotic and more and moronic. Just I saw this video that just came out today of a friend who was streaming on IG with Ja, and in the video you could see them rapping, singing along, and Ja suddenly flashes a gun. So he flashes the gun. Excuse me. Like I said, he flashes the gun, and you see him just laughing, giggling, chuckling, and whatnot while singing at the same time. So that's a big deal because, as you remember, last time Ja got suspended for a ton of games for flashing a gun at a strip club and making a dumb video. And this is like the second time around he's done this. I think Ja thought he could get away with it this time because if you see the original video, you can't see the gun because he moves it so quickly, realizing he's being streamed on IG to protect himself. But what he doesn't realize is that people have the ability to make the videos go in slow motion so they can spot the gun. And by doing the slow motion frame by frame, they will able to find out that he did have a gun in there. So he had a gun in there, and it's a bad look because it shows he hasn't learned anything from the previous time he got in trouble with that gun, flashing it. I don't know what's going to happen to him, but I suspect the league again will step in and he'll get suspended. Granted, the Grizzlies suspended him last time, but they had no choice because of pressure. It's going to happen again. This guy probably be suspended somewhere between 5 to 10 games, maybe even longer. Just a terrible look on Ja. To me, Ja makes me think of this former NBA player from the 90s, early 2000s, Isaiah Ryder. Isaiah Ryder was a supremely talented shooting guard. He had a lot of talent. If he had reached his potential, he could have been the best guard in the league after Jordan retired. Just he was that good. But just like Ja, he had off-court issues. He was into living a toxic lifestyle, representing just terrible things. Just he was cut from the same mold. But at least J.R. Ryder had an excuse for his behavior just from where he grew up, that he came from a bad environment. Whereas Ja, I don't see any excuses for his bad behavior. Just he grew up middle class from what I've seen. He had two parents. He had everything good. This is a guy who has a confused identity. He doesn't know what he is. He doesn't know who he is. He has some sort of mental illness. I'm convinced of that. Just that's why he's doing all these stupid things. To me, it's like a cry for help. And I think just like J.R. Ryder, also known as Isaiah Ryder, he's gonna get a lot of second chances because that was the case with Ryder. He got so many because his talent was so good that team thought eventually he could get it under control and be a productive member that could be relied upon. I think that's the same thing going to happen with Ja. He's still very young. According to this, he's going to turn 24 in August, so he's still super young. And because of that, he's going to get so many second chances. But I expect this kid to piss them away, just throw them in the garbage, much like Ryder did throughout the 90s and early 2000s. Just I see the same career trajectory for him, that I don't think he'll ever get it together. And he can't be trusted mentally to lead your team to a championship just because he's just not there. And I think that's unfortunate because I think Ja is an extremely talented player. I think he's so talented that if he ever got it together, he would be easily a top five player in this league. Just he has that type of talent, but the mentality is just not there. It's very unfortunate, but this guy is dumb. I've jokingly called him Ja Rules for a while because just making a reference to the old rapper Ja Rules because I always thought Ja Rules was a cornball, but I feel Ja Morant's new nickname should be Ja Fools, and that's a nickname a friend of mine gave. I'm gonna call him Ja Fools because he fools around a lot and he ends up screwing himself over. So from now on, in my eyes, Ja Morant will be known as Ja Fools, and I have nothing else to say about this matter.